Welcome to CognitionChunks. This information is for entertainment only. I am not trained in philosophy. Is this useful? Is this nonsense? Join me as I attempt to learn from GPT. Here is Eureka! Epics. Understanding the Origins of Philosophy by GPT. Part 2. The Golden Age of Philosophy. Chapter 4. Classical Greek Philosophy. Section A. The Sophists and Socrates. The Turn Toward Ethics and Epistemology. The intellectual landscape of 5th century BCE Athens was significantly shaped by the Sophists and Socrates, marking a pivotal turn toward ethics and epistemology in Greek philosophy. This period, often characterized by its exploration of moral philosophy and the nature of knowledge, laid the groundwork for subsequent philosophical inquiry. The Sophists. Traveling teachers. The Sophists were itinerant teachers and intellectuals who traveled across the Greek world, offering education in a variety of subjects, including rhetoric, virtue, and politics, for a fee. They were among the first to provide a secular education outside the traditional aristocratic mentorship system. Relativism and skepticism. Sophists are commonly associated with moral and cognitive relativism, arguing that truth and morality are relative to each individual or culture. This perspective led to a form of skepticism regarding absolute or universal truths, particularly in the realms of ethics and law. Rhetorical skill and persuasion. Central to the sophistic approach was the emphasis on the power of rhetoric and persuasive speech. They believed that the ability to persuade was more valuable in achieving success and power than adhering to objective moral truths, reflecting a pragmatic approach to social and political life. Notable figures. Protagoras, known for his assertion that man is the measure of all things, epitomizes sophistic thought by emphasizing the subjective basis of knowledge and morality. Gorgias, another prominent sophist, is noted for his skeptical stance, questioning the possibility of knowing anything with certainty. Socrates. Philosophical method. Socrates, in contrast to the sophists, sought to establish a more solid foundation for knowledge and ethics. His dialectical method, known as the Socratic method, involved asking probing questions to challenge assumptions and stimulate critical thinking, aiming to arrive at clear definitions and understandings of concepts. Ethical focus. Socrates believed that understanding the essence of virtues such as justice, courage, and piety was essential for ethical living. He maintained that knowledge and virtue were interconnected, famously asserting that no one does wrong willingly but out of ignorance, implying that knowledge leads to virtuous behavior. Epistemological inquiry. While Socrates did not leave any written works, his philosophical inquiries as reported by his students, particularly Plato, indicated deep interest in epistemology, the study of knowledge. Socrates questioned the nature and limits of human knowledge, advocating for a reflective life where one examines one's beliefs and values. Socratic irony in the pursuit of wisdom. Socrates was known for his ironic approach, often pretending ignorance to encourage others to express their views, only to expose the contradictions and flaws in their arguments. This method underscored his belief in the importance of acknowledging one's own ignorance as a starting point for gaining true wisdom. Sophist versus Socrates. Ethical and epistemological implications. The contrast between the Sophists and Socrates lies in their approaches to truth, ethics, and knowledge. While the Sophists embraced relativism and the efficacy of persuasion, Socrates pursued objective truths, particularly in ethics and knowledge, believing in the existence of universal moral values accessible through reason and critical inquiry. Legacy and influence. The debates between the Sophists and Socrates set the stage for classical Greek philosophy, particularly the works of Plato and Aristotle, who further developed the themes of ethics, virtue, and epistemology. Socrates' emphasis on ethical inquiry and the examined life would become central to Western philosophical thought. Conclusion. The Sophists and Socrates represent a significant shift in ancient Greek thought, turning attention toward the critical examination of ethics, virtue, and the nature of knowledge. Their contributions laid the foundational concepts and methods that would shape the trajectory of Western philosophy, emphasizing the importance of reasoning, ethical integrity, and the pursuit of wisdom. Thank you for joining us for another Cognition Chunks. Please like and subscribe.